Okay, now let's go to the ink folder of our previous videos, copy the functions.php file and paste it onto the ink folder of our content management system. Let's go to the Dreamweaver, open ink folder, refresh, and open the functions.php. First thing we need to do is to remove everything starting from include function with the config file down to the bottom of the file. Okay, now we also need to amend the else statement where we are not going to be looking for, we're not going to be doing this first condition, and we only leave the get p equals param0. That's all fine. Let's save the file. Create a new line, open index.php, and find the lines starting with if is set get p and get p doesn't equal blank. Let's copy this together with the get select function created with our series of videos about a CMS. Cut the whole thing from the index.php and paste it at the end of the functions.php. Now, because we won't be using IDs, numerical IDs anymore to identify the page, as our PG identity table cell will be now providing us with the ID of a specific page, we need to change this statement here, else statement, and assign instead of number 1, we will assign index. So if is set get p doesn't equal blank, then we're gonna pass the string, which we'll be passing this time. If it's not set, our default page will be index. Get select statement remains exactly as is at the moment. Now that we are done with our functions.php, we can close the file, go back to the index.php, and let's include the functions file on this page. Include inc functions.php. Okay, our functions file is now ready to be used within the index.php file. So next thing will be to amend the SQL statement for the get content rs content record set. Because we will be using strings right now, we need to wrap our p variable within a single quotes. Okay, now if we scroll down and let's start redoing our links. Our question mark p equals will replace with a /, and what kind of keywords would we like to use? Let's use web development services, then /. Now top nav PG ID will replace with PG identity. Okay, and after that, before the double quote, we type .html. Now the same thing with the remaining ones. That was a top navigation, then we have main navigation, and again .html. Oops. Okay, it wasn't meant to be here. .html. Okay. Then we need to get this PG identity and pass it onto this link. Next, let's copy this web development services again. Go to our bottom navigation. Do it the same way. And after this, .html. Okay, so our links are now converted into HTML. Obviously, we need to make sure that our code can also process this code at the moment. Okay, so that's all fine. Now, if we upload the files to the server, so let's start with index.php. Let's go to our inc folder and upload functions.php. That's all fine, but it's still not going to do any good due to the fact that we haven't got our htaccess loaded yet. And as you can see, we've got a problem with displaying the page name. We'll have a look at this in just a minute. So let's go back to our folders and let's copy the file htaccess. As you can see, on the Mac, you won't be able to see htaccess. So we have to go to Dreamweaver, and if we go to one of the folders, copy the file, go back and copy it here. So fine, go back to the FTP application, and now we've got it available. If I drag and drop it onto the server, so fine, it reads the page. However, again, we need to add the / to our stylesheet link. If we upload our index.php again, now we can see the structure. Let's have a look at the problem with the page name, page identity, main nav. Okay, let's go here. Okay, the problem is very simple actually, because we're not selecting this identity at all here. Now we also don't need this table pages dot before all these pages, because we are only populating information from one table. So after page cont, page identity, the same here, pages, can remove this, page link, page identity, and same for the main navigation. Let's remove all these. Page identity and the top navigation the same. Now let's have a look at our thing of, yeah, we don't need really identity here in content, just for the navigations. So now if I save the page and upload it to the server, okay, if I click on the link now, we can see that our URLs have now the name of the page at the end. Okay, now everything's fine. One thing, however, obviously apart from this, that the content doesn't load, which we'll process in the next video, we have to have a look at the index.html. Normally index.html starts right after the domain name. However, in this case, we've got our keyword here. In the next video, I'm going to explain you how to remove this this keyword if we are viewing index.html page.